Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. In today's episode we're going to be doing another draft of March of the Machine. I've really had a lot of fun with this format so far. As you can tell from my severe lack of remaining gems, I've not exactly mastered it yet. But I've had a lot of fun. I've had two decks that I think were actually pretty decent, but there's some really large amounts of power in this format, and I think removal seems absolutely key because of how good the creatures are. So I'm hopefully going to keep a little bit more of a focus on that and stop thinking I need to just take great bombs because they're great, and find ways of dealing with the ones that come against us. I'm going to jump into the draft in just a moment, but if you've enjoyed the content, please do like, subscribe. Commenting is the best thing for me. It really does sort of brighten up my mood every time I see a comment. And if you really want to support the channel, there's a Patreon in the description down below. But for now, let's jump straight into the draft. So far we've done a green and... was it green-blue battles we did actually? Even though that's not the battles archetype. And we've done a red-white aggro that didn't quite go to plan. But hopefully this will be a little bit different. So, I'm really curious as to what we get. I still don't really know the format, I don't know much of what exists in it. I'm trying to keep myself fairly blind to it all. I know there's a bunch of older cards, like last draft we got Aurelia, which was amazing. She did absolutely win us a game or two. I can't remember quite how many, but without her we'd have definitely lost some, at least one game that we would otherwise, that was one that I think we managed to win. But yeah, really cool cards in the format. I really love the merged legendary creatures. It's just a really cool way of bringing older characters back in like a sort of condensed form and just getting some really fun interactions. It looks like we might not have our last seat here. We'll see if they do decide to join us at the last moment. If not, we'll have to wait for another queue spot. Oh, filled seat. Oh, they did it. Okay. The cheese stands alone. That's one of the old Magic cards, the unstable cards. I vaguely remember like reading about that. Okay, so we've got to begin with Bloodfeather Phoenix, 2/2 flying, can't block. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, when instant sorcery deals damage to an opponent or battle, you can pay red to return it to the battlefield with haste. That's pretty good. Gain 4 life, draw a card, and makes a 4/4. That's pretty good for 3. Cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, incubate 2, nice. This made me sad before. Good old Yargle's back. I think we're going to try and take the rare and maybe go blue-red spells. I do think this seems really good. To turn into a Sarah Angel is absurd. You know what? I think that might actually be better. It's just real value there. And then we've got a whole bunch of white cards we could potentially get back. There's a couple of red cards here, but no, I actually think I like this more than the Phoenix. I'm not like an aggressive player naturally. Okay, exile all cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. Until the end of your next turn you can play cards exiled this way. Okay. Discard land, deals 2 damage to any target. I mean, that seems very powerful, but it seems like it's going to be hard. Tandem Takedown is nuts. They each deal damage to their power. Yes, this is just a good removal spell. Okay, yeah, excess damage. Create 2 1/1 elementals. When you cast a spell that has Convoke, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each battle they protect. That's quite cool. Although I do think green-white tokens could be... green-white counters, rather, or battles, whatever it is. Tandem Takedown seems too good to pass up. There's quite a lot of cool cards in green that I've seen so far, but this is one of the better ones, and we didn't get it last time. And like we said a minute ago, we're definitely going to be trying to focus more on removal than we did last time. Okay, what do we got here? 2 mana 2/2 for 5 transforms into a tapped and attacking copy of it, and sacrifice the token. Okay. Perms control gained hexproof until end of turn. Prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures you control this turn. That's ridiculous. Another one of these. If we'd have taken one, we'd have definitely gone 2. 1/3 double strike. So 2 mana dork, I guess, and so basically 2 mana 2/2 with slight upside, or a mana dork. I'm always a big mana dork fan, I'll be honest. Like, there's obviously good cards here, but if we've not taken the Storm Sculptor already, unless we see something ridiculous here and an empty pack for us, we would take another one. Okay, 3 mana 3/3. When a knight, it gets +1/+1 on vigilance. We've seen this one before. Top card library for yeah. When a destroy target non-elf creature, power X less with X number of lands, and make something equal to number of lands. I mean, that's pretty decent. We're not sold on invasion yet, and maybe you could get something else back as well. Okay, some black removal. This is a good 2-drop, but it's nothing special. Honestly, I think it might just be this. Pick another battle up. Go for the big splashy thing here. It's easily splashable as well, and it just 6 mana kills anything, which is nice. And like I said, removal is key, and invasion's the only thing that we have so far that is white, so we're not tied to that yet. Storm the Seacore I think is really good. I haven't seen any reason for it not to be yet. Artifact of creatures put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a counter on it. I want to take this. Like 1/1 counters on up to 4 target creatures, and creatures gain vigilance and trample. Like, that's absolutely amazing when you're trying to attack some battles, and you just make sure you've got no bad attacks there. The lack of creatures here is somewhat of an issue, but I'm sure we'll be alright. Okay, I'm really curious as to if we end up white or black here. Green seems very open. We do need some value creatures to sort of go with it. But I do love green. Renata's fantastic. Power equals devotion to green. Each other creature enters a battle with a counter on it. I like these sort of things anyway. But there's no... I mean, this is a good black spell. Target creature gets -2/-2. If it was kicked, it gets -6/-6. Honestly, that might even be better than Renata. Do you know what? We're going to take this because we were talking about removal. So let's not be greedy. Let's take the removal and look at going green-black. We might see more Renatas anyway. Who knows? Backup lifelink 2/2. More removal. Backup death touch 3/2 potentially. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, so maybe we're just going Abzan. When this creature dies, put its counters on target creature you control. I'm going to take this battle. I'm not convinced, but we're going to take some fixing and see if maybe go Abzan, because we've got 2 good green battles, a good battle here, a way of removing counters from battles. I think we could do this. Okay. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. So that's just a really good punch. +3/+3 and has a ward. We wouldn't mind picking up one of these. Wouldn't mind picking up one of these. Although not so much. Yeah, okay. We're doing good on removal. We now just need creatures. I don't know if this is the creature we want though. I mean, we can put 2 counters on something, and we do want counter synergies. It's better than Yargle. I don't think we want either of these. Let's go with it, because we do want white to be our splash as it stands. Overgrown Pest is good. Top 5, reveal a double-faced card from among them, put it into your hand. And but it can also find a land, and we've already got all of our battles are double-faced cards, so we've got at least 3, I think. 1 mana, 1 more lifelink, exile it from your graveyard, incubate 2. That's perfectly reasonable, and following that up with a final flourish is pretty nice. Aerial boost, or... Do you know what? I'm going to take this vehicle as a way of potentially ramping, but also the fact that we could just... we can get use out of this, basically. We can ramp, we can fix. I'm not a huge fan, but it seems reasonable. I'm not going to be upset about it, is what I'm trying to get at. So, our curve's looking pretty reasonable so far. We're obviously slightly heavier on 2s, but that's where we want to be. We want to make sure our 2-drops are consistent, so we're not just falling behind. We've got 1, 2, and then 3, 4 big removal spells. We do need more creatures. We're only on 4 so far. This deck and cosmetics are locked. Okay. But yeah, so this was... Yes, it made a 3/3 with putting a 1/1 counter on target creature each turn, which is pretty great. And the fact you put a counter on everything you control is nuts. Non-token artifact and opponent controls incubate 2. 4/4 that must be blocked. We'll take this. Not sure we want it. I actually don't hate this at all. The +2/+2 and untap. That seems really good. I'm also okay with that. Okay, Emery don't want... Ooh, Yargle and Multani, just a big. I kind of just like the idea of the big. When it enters the battlefield, incubate 3. When a Phyrexian control dies, surveil 1. Don't think we have any Phyrexians, do we? 1. Remove up to 5 counters from target permanent, draw a card. That's quite nice. Vanquish is good, but let's just have fun. We're in the colours. Let's just take Yargle Tani and just go for big. Okay, each player can't cast... Okay, can't cast more than one non-Phyrexian. Planecycler could be good. Although... Destroy creature or planeswalker, create a treasure. There's no world in which I don't want that. Wouldn't mind to wheel that tracker. So at this rate it looks like we might be able to just ditch the white. I'm not against that either. I'm perfectly fine with it. We do need to find more creatures. So we said we wanted more removal. I think now we want more creatures. Yeah, destroy creature or planeswalker and create a treasure at instant speed for 4. It's so efficient and it ramps. Like we could do that and then go straight into Invasion of Lorwyn, kill the next thing they play. We don't want Daxos. Invasion of Zendikar. Search your library for 2 basic lands, put them on the battlefield and shuffle. Vigilance Haste, as long as it's on the battlefield, it's a land in addition to its other types. That's kind of cool. I think another tandem takedown might be better. Although I don't even hate this at this point. Let's take the takedown, because the +1/+0 is really important as well. Yeah. Okay, now I think at this point we probably are cutting our white spells. Maybe not this. Cast your second spell, dig the top 3, put 1 in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. Okay, fine. Remove counters. This thing has been a force to be reckoned with. Every time I've seen it, it's been ridiculously good. I know Vanquish is good, but this thing has been so efficient, just making a 1/1 twice. It's, yeah. Play it on turn 2, you've got something to spend your mana on turn 3. Really efficient unit. Mill 3 cards and return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. That's probably what we want here. Again, we're trying to move away from the white, and just getting more creatures back will be nice because we don't have too many at the moment. We're still only on 7. And we've got loads of things that buffs creatures, but not many that actually does anything useful with them. Like, we've got loads of ways to buff creatures, but not that many creatures themselves. Flywheel Eraser also being able to be crewed by the flipped Thalids Saproling token is quite nice. Phyrexian Saproling. Okay, so Valduk we don't care about. 3 mana 2/2. When it dies, each player mills 2, then you may exile it. Put target creature or battle card from your graveyard on top of your library. I don't hate that. That seems perfectly reasonable. Obviously, this is the one we've seen before. That's quite useful. But yeah, I think this is what we want. We want to try and keep our curve low. We need more creatures. Efficient creatures is probably the name of the game here. Reveal the hand, choose your creature or battle from it. If you do that, player discards it. If you don't, incubate 3. I mean, I don't hate that, but I think we're just going to go for the Timberland Ancient. A cycling card plus a big threat. Just really good value. I wouldn't mind finding either the black one or the white one. Again, the white one, this doesn't seem that impressive anymore because we've just got such good other cards. I suppose I also have to bear in mind when I'm thinking of creatures, things like Invasion of Lorwyn is a creature. Okay. It dies, incubate 3. It's to make a 2/2. What's this thing? 5 mana 3/5. Target opponent loses 2, you gain 2. Choose target battle. Oh wow, potentially just deal stuff to it. I quite like that. That killed us in a previous game, which is very annoying, but it seems pretty good to me. Enter the battlefield or dies. It's Surveil 1, which is nice. Yeah, we'll just take that as another early drop. Good for dealing with battles when we can get them on the field. What is our next option? We've still got another pack to go, which is nice, and we've got our silly Yargle card. I don't really care about any of these, so I guess we just take the plain cycler. It's the one that we're most likely to play in case we get a white bomb. I actually wanted one of these, that when it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Yeah, I like discard effects on medium creatures. They're just... Ooh, got two. I'm not sure we're going to need two, but I don't really want any of those. I just like reducing the amount of resources my opponent has. I'm going to put this in the sideboard just because I don't think we want two of them. Bowler Singer, sure. Don't care about that either. Okay, so we didn't get a good rare for our colours. An opponent draws a second card each turn, you draw a card. Nice. Oh, this is the Anthem. That might be worth splashing for. Make a Knight with Vigilance, and then creatures go get +1/+1. 6 mana 4/4, enters the battlefield, you draw 2 and lose 2. That's probably a bit easier for us. Although I also don't hate Skittering Surveyor or another Portent Tracker. I think we'll wheel a Tracker. So I'm going to risk taking the Gargantua. The Invasion's good, but we've got pump spells, we've got 2 tandem takedowns. Is it up to 2 as well? So it's not even 2, it's up to 2. This is just really secures our end game. Yargle and Multani is ridiculous, by the way. I love this. Look, you can see like Multani's face on the left and Yargle just being like wrapped around. Oh, Multani being wrapped around Yargle. It's fantastic. Okay, what do we get here? Ooh, this is a rare. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater, otherwise put 2 counters on it. What is that? That's insane. Either drawing cards or putting counters on stuff is bonkers. We are taking that without a doubt. Okay, back up 1 and sacrifice this creature, draw a card. That's nice. I've had a couple of these in the other draft, that was quite decent. Beginning end step, if it artifact creature. Okay, yeah, don't care about that. Incubate 2. When enchanted land is tapped for a mana, add 1 mana of any colour. I don't think we're splashing white anymore. I think we take this as a maybe. I don't think we're going to play it. But we'll put it as a maybe. Like, it doesn't sing excitement to me. It's the toughness fighting thing. Honestly, the green-black land might be it, but the 3/3 battle attacker. But I think I'm going to take the land. I wouldn't mind wheeling a War Historian. Ooh, Rada. Okay, no, we don't need that. There you go, some big things. So, 5-drop, but we've got decent units up until then. I think it's the Cycler again. I think the cycling card is just too good to pass up. Just the option of free land or a big creature is really, really nice. I don't know if I've seen some of the other cycling ones. All creatures get -1/-1. Creatures that are green or white get additional -2/-2. Okay, not sure I like those. Don't like that. The tracker came back. I don't think we need another hunger. I think the tracker's what we want here. Oh, Emoti's fun. It's probably this. So I do think we've got enough removal as long as we get decent creatures out. So maybe the Rotten Tail could be... Oh, if we've got one already. I think we take it. Works well with Final Flourish. This is the discard and incubate. Incubate 5. Okay, so here's the difference between 5-drop or 4-drop. I think this is interesting because we've got a sacrifice effect and chump blockers are always nice. I guess we take another Informant, try and just empty our opponent's hand over and over again. Don't get me wrong, I am tempted, but we want to make sure we've got at least heavy green to play tribute to the world tree. That's so cool. Okay, so this thing's out. We don't care about the big backup thing. This seems reasonable because we've got some battles to deal with, but then again, we've only got Invasion of Lorwyn. Is that our only one now, actually? Yeah, because our other battles were on this, so maybe we don't need those as much. I'm going to take this for collection value. I don't want any of these in my list. Actually, No, I've already got a spare one. We'll take this for collection. So maybe we don't need as much battle-related things. We're just going to be beating down. So this might not be necessary anymore. Have we actually only got one? Yeah, we've only got one. So I think that then removes this from contention, because we can obviously put things on the battles that we're protecting, but I don't know if that's worth it. I want to try Converter Beast because I've not tried it yet and it seems decent. More collection value stuff. Flywheel Racer's probably not necessary anymore. What else? Again, I don't hate that. It's just reasonable. Surveilling, ramping. That's the toughness one. I don't think I need. This is nice. Sacking a creature to draw 2 cards is actually probably what we want in this sort of deck. We've got the Herd Beast back as well. Perfect. I don't want the 3/2 Convoke. It's just I'm not that interested in it. Sure. Okay, I'm kind of happy with this. This has turned out reasonably well. I don't know how to cut this down because we're still at 30 cards, so we need to cut 7. It's probably some 1-drops, but let's see what we fancy cutting here. So I'm fine with those being out. I'm not cutting these because they're fun. This is just really efficient. So is this. That's decent. Converter Beast I want to try. So then it's just more cheap things. So that's good. How many creatures are we at? 19. Okay, so we can afford to cut some. I'm really tempted to keep the Informant because now we've got the the sack a creature to draw cards, and we've got the Final Flourish. I actually think this could just work out. Even more so with the Tribute to the World Tree, making them 3/3s. That just sacrifices this creature, draw a card. But it does put a counter on something. It's not particularly useful, but it works. So we're probably getting rid of 1 Rotten Tail. Because we don't want to go with too many things that are too weak. I'm going to get rid of at least 1 Informant. Because Tandem Takedown is not going to work, nor is Cosmic Hunger without those being half decent. So we're basically 8 instants Sorcery Enchantment Battle. It could drink a... Sure. I mean, it's fine. I think it's better than this, to be honest. Like, I know this draws a card, but it's a 1-mana 1/2 that draws a card eventually, I suppose. Maybe I like that. This is our best 2-drop. I'm glad we got a couple of these. What's this? Oh, hang on. This is each player mills 3, then I return. Okay, so we've got a bit of things going on. This is our sorcery. 5 more cuts. I don't think we can cut a land in this one just because we have got big stuff. So it's probably at least some of these. Let's try... I mean, the Rotten Tail doesn't seem great. These two both seem better than that, so let's go with that. I like Nzumi Informers, I like these. How many creatures are we at now? 16. So are there other things I want to discard? I like the adaptation, but I think our actual removal's too good. We don't need it. Like, it's good, but it's not what we need. Maybe I could cut 1 more creature, but I want to try both of those out. Could he... Ancients are so good, though. I don't want to take that. It feels like it's going to be Converter Beast, but I'm determined to try it because a 5/5 could be really nice. Pest seems... Do you know what? With only 3 cards that you can get other than a land, maybe the Pest isn't the best here, but it almost always finds you a land if it's 5 cards. I'd probably still take that. We want to be consistent here. Mill 3 and return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard. Okay, so we're going to cut one of these 1-drops. think we'll go with the Ica Drinker. Then I don't want to cut an informant. I like having at least 2. It's just really inconvenient for your opponent. And this leaves us reasonable. This is also really nice with the cyclers. Okay, with 2 of these and 2 of these, maybe we can cut 1 land. If you do, it's probably a swamp, so you can cast this easier. Because it's 8 swamps. I know our colour is skewed that way anyway. Like, I don't often like cutting lands in a deck with this many top end things, but because both of these cycle and we have 2 mana dorks here and multiple ways of drawing cards as well, and drawing lands in fact with the pest, I think this could be okay. It might be Unseal the Necropolis. We've got a creature way of putting things back on top. I don't think I can justify that. It's just too slow. We've got a load of things to fill in gaps anyway. I think having one way of getting something back is reasonable, although I just really like it. What do I want to take instead? Maybe an informant, but or is this even worth it? Like, at all? I don't think it is. I think we'd rather just have the informants. That feels better to me. Also, playing Nezumi informants and just trading them out and swapping over for... trading them out, bringing them back again, discarding more cards feels so good to me. Right, I'm just going to jump straight into some games here. I think this is it's got potential. We need to play it well, because we've got loads of removal, but if I don't have creatures on the battlefield, I'm not sure how we're really going to actually efficiently remove anything. So we're against Swagger Shot with some sort of corrupted Phyrexian Nissa, which is sad to me. Nissa was my favourite. This is a great hand. And we're on the play as well, which is even better. So Portent Tracker is absolutely our turn 2 here, because we can untap lands and ramp. And then, honestly, probably just go straight into Convert to Beast next turn. Or if we need to... Okay, Baral doesn't help here. That's a really awkward time to draw that. It makes instant sorceries less, but... I think we're going straight into Convert to Beast. And just try and get something out there. We've got something better to Final Flourish now, so next turn we can Flourish and Nezumi Informant to kill either Baral or something bigger. Baral's scary, but... Okay, blue-black less scary. They can absolutely bounce this or deal with it somehow. Or we could even just Flourish something and then just attack with this if we want to. So depending on what they play, we've got other options. I'd like them to tap out here whatever they do. And to be honest, I don't mind if we draw a land or not a land here with this. Yeah, so we just don't want them to counter anything, basically. Sure. We'll just activate this and attack. So they can have the 1 mana thing that deals with this, that's fine. Okay, they don't. We will pass the turn here, leaving Final Flourish as an option. Okay, they had nothing, that's really good for us. Because if they can now have a removal spell, we just sacrifice that to Final Flourish and kill Baral as a stopgap, basically. And if you cast a legendary spell, untap it, draw a card, then discard a card, and transform it as a sorcery into a 5/5 Rona Tolarian Obliterator. Okay. That seems solid. Oh, go on, bounce it, I dare you. That is perfect. We will Final Flourish. Kicker. We'll target that. Sacrifice this. That worked out really well for us. And now, even better, untap this. Get a nice 4/4, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Extra value. Okay, this is reasonable. They're going to start getting low on cards. We can start playing an Informant. Probably turn after next. We want to just play our Ancient next. But now they have to deal with the Gargantua. It's basically just 2 Phyrexian Rages stuck together, but I'm okay with that. So let's just attack. See what they do. If they bounce it, we're also okay with that. You sure don't want to bounce it, OP? Okay. We'll play a Portent Tracker. I'm going to just go slow here because they're going to have cards in hand that they want to play, and I'd rather them just waste it on something rubbish, because if we play the Ancient and they've got 5 mana untapped essentially because Baral reduced it by 1, it just feels completely pointless to try and play out something. There we go. Counter target spell, draw 2 cards, discard a card. That worked out so well for us because we could have been playing this. And now, obviously we're just going to get them to discard a random card with the Informant. It's nothing fantastic, but hugely better than nothing. We're still 1 mana short of this because we've played a land already, haven't we? Otherwise I'd be playing this. Yeah, discard a card. You've got plenty of cards left. Yeah, definitely already played a land. So let's just get this down. Make them discard. They had to choose what they were doing there anyway, so this makes me feel like they want the cards they've got in hand. Ooh, okay. End turn. I'm okay with that. Yeah, they're up to 5 mana, 6 if they can make spells, or depending on how many spells they've got. Incubate 3, draw a card. Sure. So what this means is that we can actually attack with the Gargantua, and if they incubate and then block, then we just get to play our Timberland Ancient. I don't like that this is what we have to do, but I think it's the best choice. I'm trying to decide what we actually kill here. To be honest, I think we just kill the 3/3. It makes the most sense to me. Okay. You got a pump spell? A minor spell? What have you got here for 1 blue? Oh, they didn't block with both. They just... I mean, we don't have enough pressure here to, like, basically to sit through a Wrath and be fine anyway. As in, like, if they Wrath there, I don't think they'd bother. So we want to make sure that if they have a Wrath, they have to use it. Keep applying pressure so they can't just dawdle around for as long as possible. But now if you draw any big threats, we'll be keeping them, I think. They probably want to look at start flipping cards, or as in like activating this. If they activate this, then we'll just absolutely attack with the Gargantua and start getting damage through, I hope. Yeah. Okay, so we're running out of options fast. I'm almost tempted to attack with these because I think they won't block them. I think we go for this. I don't think we need to worry about anything else. Whatever they do here, they probably can't deal with all of this. And we've got enough mana to replay things if they bounce them. Yeah. So let's just give this -2/-2 or something. And they take loads, 7. Yeah, we'll just end the turn there. We don't need to play anything else out now, because to be honest our hand is somewhat embarrassing and they're low on resources. Again, we've kept all our big things. This feels weird. I think our opponent messed up by not blocking with Baral, because nothing else would be dead and they'd still have a Baral, but I guess they really wanted to keep it, I suppose. And then in that situation, not flipping that implies they have something in hand, but I'm not quite sure what it could be. Either way, it's a good start. What's our colour combination supposed to be? Incubate. We've got like a 1 incubate card. We've just ignored all of the synergies. Phyrexianized Nahiri's return to Zendikar to use Skyclaves to convert the entire plane. I like this. Is that a Tibble? I have not seen a Tibble at all. Either way, I like the gold horn. This is absolutely fine. Pretty good hand all in all. We can again go track it into double 2-drop if we need to. We want to keep going with green sources earlier than black in case we draw our special thing with the triple green. Herbology instructor. This is basically a 1-3. Sure. We're going Portent Tracker no matter what because we want to be able to play more things next turn. We've got Deadly Derision if we need it, which is nice. If we draw an extra land and they play something really threatening, like that can't be killed by this, we just play Derision and go straight into Invasion. Back up and Death Touch, sure. No blocks. Do you know what? Informant and Thallid is quite nice here. So let's go Informant first. Make you discard something. Mountain, so either way it's just less resources. I'm gonna pop. Oh, no. I'm just going to end the turn. That was a mistake. I should have just saved this and then done this in response to something. I think I actually do want to Final Flourish here. Because this thing looks scary. Okay. Yep, that's fine. They can attack that. But this is only them getting lands, and we've got 2 big removal spells, so whatever they play to follow, we can deal with. Yeah, so we'll just, in fact, we should block because there's a load of weird stuff in this format. Kick it, target this, sacrifice this, because there are some like convoke things and I don't know what everything does, so okay, so here we want to surveil, we want to find land. Come on, find a land. Okay. I mean, Converter Beast isn't bad, but we've got big stuff in hand, and it's more important that we find mana sources. So we'll play the Thallid, and what we'll actually do here is if they attack, we're just going to block with the Thespian. We're happy to trade a 2-1 Death Touch for a 3-1 that surveils when it dies, and also stops them getting a, what was it? Ooh, is this the Exile? It is. That's fine. We will still block. Because when this flips they get, what was it? Vigilance Haste, 4/4 land. In fact, no, yeah we will. Or do we? Sure. I don't think we do. But I think we do. Okay, well that's awkward. I think we're going to use Deadly Derision. And we're just going to use it in sorcery speed so that they don't have a chance to save this anyhow. And then we've got more mana next turn. We can surveil again, find that land. That finds us the land eventually. I think that's actually okay. Would we block with this next turn? Yeah, we would if it came to it. We don't want to, but if necessary we will block with that. Because this finds us land and then we can play a Portent Tracker, I think we're good. Create a treasure token, then you can discard and draw a card. Okay. So they've got loads of battles at the moment, but we've got lots of good defense here. Let's see what they do. Yep, tap land, that's fine. I feel like we're solidly in control of this. Like for now. So let's try and find a land. Okay, we did. The rest on the bottom in a random order. So there goes our good spell. And, in fact, everything there is useful. We will, however, untap a land. And now let's play another tracker. And this time, because we've got enough things, we can just attack with our Thespian. We're happy to deal 3 damage if it comes to it. We've got 3 blockers left here if we need to as well. So next turn we probably want to... Ooh, what's going on here? Is this a punch? Fertilized Favour, okay. Put 2 counters on the one target creature. Okay. So we do have to double block that if we want to be safe. Or we just chump it and kill it next turn, but I think double blocking is probably correct. We don't want to give them spare creatures. Doesn't have trample, so this lets us activate this. We can potentially play the Gargantua if they don't play anything too threatening. This is great. Gargantua is a perfect turn here because it uses our treasure but then probably finds us another land, and we can really start attacking here. Now it doesn't even use the treasure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 takes them for 15 and 10 takes 5. Yeah, it doesn't really matter in terms of anything else, so we'll just go for Gargantua in this respect. It's just to say, in case the 1 damage from this made a difference, so we could use that if we needed to. But now we can just get attacking. We've got loads of stuff, including big old Yarg. Yarg or Mortani. Okay, so Rada is the big domain one, yeah. Honestly here, I think we just kill Rada. Oh, Rada's an elf. Oops. So we'll attack that. That's a bit of a misplay on my part. So we'll do this. And because this is sorcery only, get rid of that. That was a mistake. I forgot that Rada was an elf. It's a bit silly. We also should have attacked with this. All in all, there was a comedy of errors on that turn, but I think we're okay. Okay, they've got card draw. This is how they get back into it. If they can start killing these, then we actually could be in trouble. Deals 4 damage to another target battle. So this is just the 4/4, isn't it? Yeah, we could have potentially dealt with that. That's very awkward. Yeah, Surveil 1. We kind of don't hate a land here, because that makes this a 7/7. The one they've just destroyed becomes a 4/4, and that's a 3/3, so I think we still graveyard it just to get extra value. We can play something else big anyway. We might draw a land if we need to. We can always cycle that. Question is, what's their play? Oh, Death Touch again. We put the counter there. Okay. So that gets Death Touch this turn. That has Vigilance Haste, this had Death Touch, so that one's going to go for... So I guess we have to trade here. Yeah, this is a big mistake. We shouldn't have played this, basically, that turn. So what was the transformation on this? Oh, that's fine, I don't care about that one. So now we've got 6, 7, 8, 9 if we need it. Let's go with... I think the Timberland Ancient is best here. And then I am actually just going to untap a land and flip the Thallid. Play Phyrexian mana. And here we're going to go no attacks here, so we can trade with this on the backswing if we need to. So the fact this has got prowess is what worries me. What is this? Choose target battle for. Has activated abilities for all creatures your opponents control. Okay. Sure. So, at the very least, we just want to attack with Gargantua and Timberland Ancient, maybe? Because this doesn't do much. It's Flying Vigilance. We just need to get damage through. That misuse of that removal spell, not killing Rada, is pretty brutal. Okay, that's good for us. That means good old Yargle and Multani might have a bit more use. We should have activated on this probably. Tried to defend it a bit better. Okay, they just got a land, that's fine. So now we can attack with both of these next turn and be in a good spot. They can attack with this and get a 4-4. I couldn't have stopped that no matter what, unless I kept the 6 thing. Oh, but yeah, maybe I should have kept that back knowing it was into Death Touch. Okay, that's the wrong answer. What's that do when it flips? Nothing really. Yeah, that's the wrong choice. And now we get a flyer, which is even better. So for combat here, basically they're going to want to block this, so I think we actually just attack with all 3 of these. I think we just attack with everything. Yeah, make them make bad blocks. They can trade here, that's fine. And then they have to double block Yargle and Multani if they want to deal with it. If not, they're chump blocking. And then still taking 2 and have 1 card left. And we still have Yargle and 2 1/1s. Or Yargle and, yeah, 2 1/1s. And this. I think they're in a tough spot here. I don't know what I would do. It would, yeah, I think something along these lines works. It's just whether they double block or... Yep. So this has them taking the least amount of damage, but it also reduces their board state drastically, and we get another 1/1. And to be completely honest, I might even block with the Flitting Gorilla if they attack the invasion as well, just to stop them getting an extra blocker, because this isn't as relevant for me. And we can put something back on the top of our battlefield. Wait, is it? Creature or battle. We can put our big battle, and that's not going to be an elf, is it? It's a Vampire Angel. Okay, we legitimately want to block, so we can put this back. We will block. Yeah, no free value for you. We will put probably one of the best cards in our deck on top of our library. Yes. We will put this back on top. We don't have any hasty creatures, so knowing that this is coming might just be the end of it for them if they can't deal with Yargle this turn. They could have another blocker. Another chump blocker. But if they have a Death Toucher, we just kill that with that. And then make them chump block with this. They can tap it to remove this, which is fine, because then we can still just remove that with this. Doesn't change the number of blockers this turn. Okay, so they've got things. That's an elf, so we can't kill the elf anyway, so we're just going to have to go with... Do we care about killing the 4/4? What does this get them again? A 3/4 stuff. Drana and Ilvala, Flying Vigilance, and not really much else. So I think we do just go for this, because that forces this to die as well, leaving them with literally one thing. Sure. Yeah. And that's... Oh, they can do it multiple times at least. Yeah. I think this is the only chance we have to trade this, so we have to do this. but this is what matters here. I'm not sure. Oh, this is closer than I thought. We've ditched a bunch of our removal. I don't know how we're going to do this. Because they're going to have a 3-4 now, and we're going to have to try and get them down from 2. Maybe that was a mistake. We should have just waited for removal for the elf. Taking this down doesn't matter. Although if we'd taken that, they could never have attacked into us. Maybe we should have just been more patient. What have they got here? Oh my goodness. Non-permanent, non-battle permanent for your graveyard to the battlefield. They can bring anything back. Get like a Rada maybe? I'd probably get Herbology Instructor. Oh, is that just gain 5 life as well? Okay, yeah. That's not what I'd have gone, but it's still really good. I think we've lost this. Which is ridiculous to say. It transforms into a 7/5 menace. That's really good here. You know what I think we do here? Right, hang on. Let's go no attacks. And then... Oh no, I passed the turn. I should have done this. I should have removed a counter here. I should have done one or the other. I didn't do either. That was a big mistake. This gets chump blocked. We know we're doing that. Yeah. We just need a good removal spell. And them not to draw anything. Okay, yeah. Don't like this. Not feeling good. Made lots of mistakes. This is pretty bad for my my feeling of being a good player. Yeah. Ooh. Although. So. Wait, why can't we activate this? Oh, do they stop at every... Oh, I didn't read that part. Okay, yeah, we're in trouble. I actually think we've just lost. Creature tokens have +1/+0 and lifelink that they control. Yeah, I mean, we trade with something. Sure, I'll trade with that. Why? Oh, because I can't activate abilities. That's why it skipped ahead. I can't be removing the counters off of that. This Limvala is actually way worse, like way better than I thought it was. I have not given it credit. Yeah, I'm not going to interact with this. Like, they're going to just absolutely take over the game with that. There's nothing I can do. They're going to make a 1/1 here. And we're not going to be able to push damage through no matter what we do. I definitely think there's a bunch of points in this game where I've made a lot of mistakes. But then again, I never drew my removal anyway. So yeah, I think here... As in, I never drew it after I got to that point. I'm going to concede there. I'm happy to say my opponent's won that. That first play of not killing Rada with that elf thing, I would have killed Drana instead. Huge misplay. Forgetting it had the non-elf clause was... Well, no, it's not. I didn't even forget it had the non-elf clause. I forgot that Rada was an elf. Like, that was not good for me. That was such a long game. And yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't activate to start, like, ticking away at that battle we had. But yeah, it was... Drana and Linvala is brutal. I want that. I want to stop people using abilities and have all the abilities for myself. Like, who doesn't love a situation where you get to have all the fun and your opponent doesn't? As long as you don't know them in real life and you're not trying to... No, I can't even say that, honestly. I like my opponent to have fun as well, and that opponent played really well. They handily picked me apart when they had just 2 life left. It's funny because I can't remember what I cut for that 3/5 that drains for 2, but there might have been a world in which that was one of the cards that I would have otherwise been playing with, and that would have really made me laugh if that's something that I could have won with, but I made the mistake of not doing that. So, all in all, that was probably one of my... Oh, cool. That was probably like the more interesting of the two games we played. Obviously not happy with the result, but definitely enjoyed it. It's quite intricate, and I made a lot of mistakes, which is always a funny thing, because you sort of like... It doesn't feel good making mistakes, but then realising where you can get better is a huge benefit. I was hoping they'd mulligan here with our double informant, but... Okay, so that's a nice draw. We're going to portent tracker here anyway, so that next turn, once they've played a couple of things, hopefully, we can double informant and make them really not particularly happy. Unless they play something utterly gross. So this is... Target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and loses a life. Lovely. So informant it is. We lose a card, they lose a card. They lost. Okay, 3/3 lifelink for 4. Yeah, are you passing the turn here? Okay, that's great news for me. Just make you discard another card. This is where I really wish I could have got my third one. What are they going with? A 3/2. Sure. Have they got anything with flash here? No. Okay. Okay, we are absolutely killing that immediately with Tandem Tactics. 2 creatures control +1, +0 turn to turn, they deal damage equal to power to another target creature. 100% killing that immediately. This is really good for us as well, because it might find us our flippy battle or a land or anything, just getting something extra value out. Okay, that's nice. What does it do? Okay, they can flip it. Because our attacking doesn't do anything, I'm just going to pass it. Like, playing this doesn't really do anything here either, unless we specifically get our big flip card. Okay, so that's kind of a decent thing for me here. Like, as in, it's not the end of the world that coming now. We'll discard the pest. See if they play anything else. They're just going to attack with that, I assume. Yeah. We'll kill that now while we can. There might be bigger things coming, but we've got other removal. This is still our best removal, but... Yeah. And now we just hope we draw big things, I guess. We've got enough of them in the deck. I mean, that's a nice one. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a disenchant here. And we can just attack with one informant here. We don't need to attack with both, because we want one to block. There's no sense in letting them get damage in. And yeah, I was going to say there's a good chance they might block, and if they spend a spell to win this, we're fine with it. So we're out of resources, but we're either going to be drawing cards or putting counters on things. Okay, Judith, yeah. Okay, we're just going to pass it. So Judith can hit this. Yeah, I don't know how we stop this right away. We need to find another creature. If we find any creature, this is so good. If this was another one of those tandem tactics, is it called? Tandem takedown, then that would have been perfect. Of course it's not. What does this turn into again? 2/1 menace. Being grand set, put a 1/1 counter on it if a permanent was put into a graveyard from that field this turn. Okay. So what's funny about this is actually... Hopefully they don't have damage an attacking creature for a 1/1. I'd be upset if they did. But because we actually don't care if this flips, because we can just kill it with that, I'm fine with just letting Judith do her thing. So we'll see what they do. Hopefully they spend their resources and we can just use this efficiently and then draw something like our Phyrexian Gargantuan would be amazing here. Just draw 2 cards. Draw 3 cards, in fact. So this happens. You get the 2/1. Have you got anything else to say here, opponent? Tap out, maybe? Yeah, tap out. Hopeful. Whenever a creature you control becomes target with backup, you may copy it and choose 2 targets for the copy. Okay. And have you got a backup creature here? We will punch that immediately. I cannot allow that to live. It's got menace and it's awkward and they can protect it potentially, but that's better than anything else. Like, it's better than not doing this. Yeah, sure. Okay, so this draws us an extra card, I believe. That's fine, that can just go on top. This can go here because that also draws us something. It will probably be the pest. We'll go for no attacks here. And now that's just put us in a way better of a spot. Hopefully they don't have any removal for that. But if they do, we'll put something good back, like... Okay, what are we going to mill? Do we mill something really awesome? God, Phyrexian Gargantua for 3 cards would be beautiful. Ooh, they're going to exile it in response? Oh, okay. Fine, be mean like that. This means we get to surveil beforehand. It doesn't really matter if it's going in the graveyard anyway, so we might as well just leave it there and know that we have something half decent to put. We will take that action, and we will put... It's so tempting just to go for the informant, but I think we need to go for the herd beast because they're going to hit us for a ton of damage here, and there's no good blocks either. So we'll play excuse me, play this out. What are we going to draw? It's a forest. I'm going to play that out because this could potentially go off and chain a bunch, but this isn't good for us. Oh, that's also not good for us. So here we have to block, because otherwise things just go bad. Kills both of our creatures, I believe. Yep, and kills us for... Oh, well, sorry, it kills that or pings us. Okay, we get a 3-3. The fact that this is a 6-4 is just nuts. We needed to chain things off here. We're not going to win this one. Yeah, come on, OP. I'll let you swing. Go for it. We'll block here. Let you get as much damage in as possible. And now you can swing with everything. Or you can just ping us. I'd probably ping their own Aurelia and just go in for like another 12 damage, just for fun. Oh, brutal. So maybe we should have had them, we should have brought back the discard. I don't think it was coming back from that. That's a shame. That's a shame. Honestly, I feel like this format hasn't gelled with me yet. Like, I really want it to. It seems really cool, but this might be my last draft for a while, because unfortunately I don't have the option of just buying more of them. I'd love to, but I really can't just spend more money on this. So I'm just going to have to do a few... ooh, nice. Do a few other... like the quests offline and things, hopefully generate some more resources, and try again once I get to another 10,000 gold. So it might be a little bit slim on Magic the Gathering for a while, but that was always the plan anyway. I don't want the channel to be hugely focused on Magic the Gathering, but it's nice when a new format comes up or something fun to just pop in, have a few games, and pop back off again. So this is good for us. We might end up saving this. We'd like to draw another creature first and get a real good tandem takedown selection. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's a really nice draw. Looking at our hand, it might even be better just to play that, but we'll see. Because it's just very useful. Yeah, what's our opponent got? Okay, so they're going ramp, so we can go ramp. This gives us a good options if our opponent doesn't kill this. I mean, even if they do, we'll just put this out. I mean, if we'd need to draw something to really make use of it anyway, but it doesn't hurt to have more mana out sometimes. Yep, so they've got... Okay, they've got a Renata. So that's something that we do very much want to kill. However, now that we've drawn a 4-drop, we can just play a Converter Beast. Which should do us well. Seeing as next turn we can activate that and tandem takedown. Back up on the first strike is nice. Yeah, pop it on Renata, make it a big. And you can attack with that if you want. I'm not going to say no. And take 5. And now we're up to 5 mana. We'll untap here. So this is just a big first striker. So these two can just punch Renata. The question is, do we want to attack for 6 or save some damage? I think here, because we've got more cards, we can just delay the game. We've got things that make really nice attacks for us. So all of these are really useful. Any one land we can play Multani. Okay, sure. Oh, a haster. Okay. Yep. That's trample haste. That's so no blocks here. We'll save this when we need it. This is such an aggressive section for our opponent, and of course we don't draw enough for Multani. So what can we do? I think we're on Thalid and Thespian together. That's in the bin. Can't use that anymore. Okay. So, what do we do about this? I'm thinking probably double block here, or just... We'll see what they attack with. Yes, that gets +1/+1, yeah. So I think double block there, chump block here is what we want. And this should hopefully let us only take 1. And they've only got 1 card in hand, so we are back to the world of having a chance. Especially if we can play Multani next turn. If not, it's Unseal the Necropolis. Fine. Unseal the Necropolis works with that, so that's good. Because we can just bring 2 creatures back, so it'll probably be Thalid and Converter Beast, I guess. Because this is instant. Yeah, so what's our opponent going to play? So we'll block here. Untap that. No, not that, not that. I messed up. I messed up again. I am so not with it today. I wonder if they got protection for this as well. That'd be even worse. So now we're so far away from anything. Okay. So we can unseal the Necropolis. Bring back some things. We probably want a Herd Beast. And I mean, it could even just be a Tracker, or yeah, it's Tracker, so we can play it now, I think, and then just make sure we get Multani out. Yeah, we'll do this. If we had another black source, we'd have probably got something different. But I think we need to make sure we've got double black for next turn. This also makes it look like maybe we're just willing to trade. Okay, we're fine with that. If they attack this, we're also fine with that. Even better. No blocks. If you've got Pump Spell or a big creature, that's fine. Okay, we just drew the land, of course, but we couldn't take the risk, so it's fine. I think I'm just going to play the Herd Beast first, because we're not going to be able to play both in one turn anyway. And then here, put a counter on it. So we're gradually getting to the point where we can start attacking with things. That can just punch this, that's fine. Good job we drew that land anyway for Multani. Yargala Multani. Ooh, the Gargantua though. Let's play this out. And I'm going to attack with the Herd Beast. Because now they're at a point where if they don't block Multani next turn, they just die. Which is completely mad. This can't be done end step, which is nice. They need to find a way of dealing with this immediately, or they just die. Yeah. Okay, so they've got something here. We just attack both. See what they do. They've obviously got some way of dealing with that. Yeah, that's fine. Play our Gargantua, which also blocks this and draws us some cards, which is lovely. Always want more swamps. We're not out of this yet. Come on, have nothing. Just be... because they have to do that at the wrong time. Oh, this is 12 damage. We'd need one more. Oh no, we can flip this for 4. Yeah, we could... in theory, we can kill them next turn. Okay. They're going to put it on itself if they don't. Okay. How do we do this? We can... because you end step a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So we can make this a 7/5 and attack, but then we'd be dying to both. So I think we just have to attack with this here. And I'm really tempted to sacrifice this, but I think we're okay. We can survive one more turn. We can sack it if we need to. Back up 1. They put it on the tracker. Yep. So where do they attack? They're attacking us, of course. So we obviously have to do this now. Try and find ways to survive a little bit better. Okay, this is nice. This helps. This also helps quite a lot, actually. Yeah. Because that's a satyr, that's a dryad. 4, 8. So we got 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do what we need to here. So we play this. Kill the tracker. Then attack, I think. We're dead to any removal spell. But if they do this and they do it wrong... Okay, we're just dead to a removal spell here, but we're okay if not. Okay, we're not out of this yet. What can this put on our battlefield? Hang on, that's not a flyer. Okay, so just big thing. That's all coming at me. So block one of them. Does any of this help? Converter Beast does. Converter Beast buys us a turn. In fact, so does Yargul and Multani. What's their life total? 5. Converter Beast better. Yeah, more bodies is better. So we'll play this out. We'll activate this. And then pass. Now they don't have good attacks for a turn unless something happens. So you could just block in a variety of different ways, basically. Really. Yeah. This seems to be my experience with the format so far. It just... the right answers showing up for the opponents at the right time. Okay. So, I think that is probably be done on the format for a little while. It's going to take me a while to build up some currency, but I've had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. There's been enough of them, so there's a lot to take away from that, if that's something you're willing to analyse. Oh, I used to be good at this game. Let's see what we get as a nice prize. Sacrifice a Phyrexian, put a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, incubate X for X its power. Okay, not unreasonable. And, ooh, proper old Shieldred. Glad to have that. That's an awesome pull. Always nice. The Rada that I messed up earlier, and another Jeroen Hazaret. There we go. Right, so that is it for now. Honestly, a bit disappointing the last couple of drafts. I haven't, only 3 drafts in, haven't picked up the format, run out of resources, so it's time to call it a day for the meantime, but hopefully you've had a lot of fun with it. I have done, and I will be trying other formats in the future, maybe this again if I can save it up. If you want to support the channel, please do, just like, subscribe, commenting, just tell me how many times I went wrong, which do you think was the worst beating I received out of the 3, because they were pretty bad. And just feel free to support on the Patreon if you want to, but for now, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.